Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Oh, I see people already. Wow, you guys are fast today. We'll just give everyone a minute to find us and get comfortable. Make sure you say hello in the chat. I'll get things rolling. Oh, there's Amanda. She said she was going to watch. I'm a little early today because I'm actually planning on going to visit my grandkids later this afternoon. So I wanted to get the live done before that so I can head out, maybe be there when they're done school. I like to surprise them. Okay. Yeah, so we're a little earlier than normal. I'm not sure how many people are going to actually be able to watch us live, but there's always replay, right? So we are going to get started, and I'm going to show you all of these fun products that I have. We have quite a variation today. I have a little slideshow for some of the stuff, and then others no. The first thing we're going to look at here is our calendar page. But I'm going to come back to that shortly because I have some slides that I'm going to share. But we do have a few left. We just did our live. Well, it wasn't even a live. We did our pre-recorded video on Friday. And I know that it was a busy weekend for people because they were, it was a long weekend here in Ontario. And I know it was sunny for most of it. So a lot of people were outside. We have gone through a lot of them already, but I want to make sure I catch everybody to let them know it's out because I don't want you to miss out. So we'll visit that again in a minute. Somebody said it was windy, Nova Scotia. Well, you just keep that wind there. Yes, so we had the nice warm weather over the weekend, Melissa, and then it did drop for us too. So, but it's going to warm back up again. That's okay. You know what? It's going to get steaming hot before long. It was nice and warm on the weekend, so that was a good thing. Okay, so let's get my slideshow up here. Yay. And get my view going the right way. Okie dokie. So I am going to show you what is left of the waffle flour release, and there isn't much. We put it up last week, just before the weekend. And then we did our waffle flour sale. Wow, guys. You guys loved that. We had 170 orders to pull on Tuesday. And I shipped out 70 boxes yesterday. So, and then I just did a whole bunch more orders this morning. And there's a bunch more boxes going out today. So it was busy, really busy. And you guys found this release for sure. I didn't have a chance to talk about it, but we are going to go through some of it. Like what I have left. And I am putting in an order tonight with waffle flour for their next release. So I'm going to top up some of these things. So if there's anything from waffle flour that you want or missed out on or whatever, just let us know sooner rather than later, like by this evening, because when I get home from my visit with my littles, I'm going to be on my computer and I'm ordering from waffle flour. So make sure that you get your order in before, like your email in before that, if you want it to be included in this order. Otherwise, I mean, we can order anytime, but this is the Happy Lobster die. So they've done these big dies in the past. They did a big moose one at Christmas. I think they did something last summer too that was really big. What was that? I can't remember. A lobster. No, it wasn't a lobster. This is a lobster. A crab. They did a crab last year. And they're always really popular. So this is the Happy Lobster die. And I just have a few slides just to show you what it looks like in action here. Because clearly we haven't had a chance to work with it because it just got here and then it was gone. So it's a great little addition. Now, if you have done any trips out east, and Melissa, this might be a good one for you. This is a great accent for scrapbook layouts too. So if you've taken a trip out east or anywhere where they have lobster or anything like that, it would be a great way to embellish your page. But you can see how fun it is. I just think it's adorable. So there's just a few samples of what that looks like. And then I'm going to share with you the Happy Bubbles stencil. So this is great for this release, but also really fun for just general occasions when you need bubbles. So it could be like bath stuff, any like pool things, bubble blowing, anything like that. Underwater stuff, obviously. So the stencil has different sections. So you've got this part here where it can be coming up from the bottom of something, or even from the top coming down. And then you've also got these little clusters of bubbles that you can do as well. So it's kind of a nice staple for different things that you might use bubbles for. And here's just a couple of samples where they've used the bubbles. They've, in this instance, they've stenciled the background, and then they've probably taken some white paste and dragged it through the stencil to get that look. You could also use a white pigment ink. You might have to do it a few times to get it to build up a little bit, but it is a nice addition for anything that has to do with a spot where you would use bubbles. So even if you didn't enjoy this release necessarily, this is kind of a good one to pick up for sure, because it works for lots of different things. And then I'm just trying to keep things organized as I go along here, so you might hear me shuffling around with papers. This is the Happy Circles texture die. So this is one of those dies that does not cut anything, but it puts this fabulous pattern in the background of your paper. So it creates some texture. So you can do ink blending on your paper before you run this through, and it gives you a really nice texture. And you can see that in this card in the background here. You'll have to look a little bit close, but you can see inside where the white background paper is. They've inked it on the bottom with the blue, and then it faded out into white on the top, and it's got this beautiful texture. It does go very nicely with this release, but it would work for lots of different things. It's a very generic pattern, so you can do lots of fun stuff with it, but I just love that. So you'll notice there are no cutting edges on the edge of the die. So you can put anything on here. So it doesn't have to be a full panel either. It can just be small pieces where you want to add texture, and it will put that pattern into your paper. And then we have the Happy Seal die. Let me grab that one. So we only have one of these left. So you can see here that you've got the base of the seal, and then you've got the layering pieces that go over top. They add a little bit of texture and the little face on there. So that's what that is. And again, they make beautiful scenes. Do you remember this wave die from last year? If you have that, you can create an awesome scene with that. And there's the seals again. And again. So you can really make them look really cool. So if you go to an aquarium, or if you live out east and you have seals, we have pictures of seals. We went to California one year. I had a trade show there. My husband and I drove the coast, and we stopped, and there was a whole beach full of them. So there might be instances in scrapbooking where you end up with seal pictures, and so you can use those as embellishments on your pages too. Now this set of dies I really like. So this is a die, a texture plate, and a stencil combo. Now we sell these all separately because you don't have to use them together. Just let me get them all out here, and I will show you. So here we go. So here's your stencil. Okay, so it's a layering stencil, and you can see that it does create that sort of scalloped wave type pattern. So here it shows you different ways to stencil it up. So stencil one, once you flip for color number 2. So you can see that color number 1 is the blue. When you flip it, you do color number 2. And then this is what it looks like when you do them combined together. And then stencil number 2 fills in the blanks. So you can end up with a completely full panel, but you can use it in any configuration that you see there. And then here is the Jolly Wave panel die. So this cuts out the panel. So it will cut out these little spaces in between here. Plus it'll cut out your panel, which is really awesome. And then this is your texture die. So this is like the other one I just showed you. So no cutting blade on the edge. You can place anything you want on here, and it'll put this texture into your paper. Now this panel will layer on top of this. So you will see these texture marks through the little openings. And then obviously your stencil pieces will show through as well. So you can combine them all together if you want. They will work all together, but you can also use them separately, or you can just use 2 of them, or whatever you want to do. Now take a very close look at this stencil. I love the color combination that they chose here. And they've used the panel die and they've used the stencil together. So the openings in the panel die are all filled in with those different colors. So they've used 2 different shades of blue, some white, and a pale green. And I just think it looks spectacular. Oh, so Julie says she might know the Beach of Seals. I don't know exactly where we were. I know it was further up towards San Francisco. And we stopped. And there were so many seals. Like literally this whole beach was covered in seals. And then we also went to, I think you say it, La Jolla. That's down by San Diego. And my son and I, we had a really cool experience there. With seals as well. So I've got lots of, that doesn't sound familiar, Julie, but I don't know. We stopped at a lot of places. I would have to go back and look it up. That was like, I want to say like 2000 and gosh, I want to say 2013, maybe. It was a while ago, maybe 2015, but I'd have to go back through my photos and look. So it's really cool, but I really love this particular, Jolly Wave set because it just has so many really cool options. And again, if you don't want all 3 pieces, you can just pick and choose what you like, and they work really nicely on their own too. So really, really awesome set. And there you can see in the background of this card, another card. Now this one's using all 3 because you can, if you look very closely, you can see, I don't know if I can bring my slide up. Let me see. There. You can kind of see the texture in the openings as well as the color, and then the panel over top. So I think it's a really fun die for sure. And there's another one. I'm just going to bring that one in a little closer too, so you can kind of see that texture in there. But again, we're looking at it with sort of fish type of release, but you can use this for anything. It does not have to be fish. We look at it that way because we're seeing it with fish, but I think you could use it with lots of things. Oh, Tanya, you saw those seals in La Jolla too? Oh my gosh, I actually want to move there. It's actually beautiful there. We had, well, this is not a conversation about my trip, but it was a great trip, and we saw a lot of really fun things there. So if you ever get a chance to go there, definitely go. Yes, we are going to reorder some of the things, Ray. So if there's specific things you want, please email, because then I know you want them. You don't want to chance it. Like sometimes the releases come and go. We just let it go. We move on to the next thing. So if you want it, please email us and we will make sure that we get it for you. And add a few more for the store too. But yeah, we will be reordering, and it will be tonight. So make sure you get your email in sooner rather than later. Okay, and if you want to see the whole release, guys, you can go to the Waffle Flower website, and you can look at the release there, because not all of it won't show on our website anymore because a lot of it is sold out. So you can go over to the Waffle Flower website, check it out, make your list, and then send that to us, and then we will go ahead and get that order in. Okay, and then there's a really cool sentiment bundle. Sorry, I want to put these things back in their piles because when I go and put this downstairs, I want it to be semi-organized. You should see what happens in my room after I do a live. It's like an explosion. I try to keep things organized, but it gets out of control. This is the Truly Deeply Sentiment set. So they're just really sweet little sentiments that go along with this release. And there are dies for all of the sentiments as well. And you'll notice on the package that the sentiments are numbered. And what that means is that the dies are numbered as well. There's a little number that's etched on the die. And then you know which die goes with which sentiment. So Waffle Flower is great about that. And some of these samples are just showing you what those look like. Like you can see the Miss You. So that is right here. And it just shows what it looks like when it's cut out. I'm all distracted by looking at this card. So some of the sentiments are very generic. So like live fully, love you, love deeply, bloom wildly, miss you, hugs to you, stay curious. I love that one. Dreams do come true, shine bright. So it's kind of a fun one. It has nothing to do with under the sea, but it will go with that kind of stuff. So that is a fun one. And then next, I believe we're going to look at the waving hello word die. So that's that large hello. Do you see that? I'm going to go back in that slide as well. So here is the die, because it has a shadow. So here's the die. So you get the large hello word, and then there's a shadow die. So this one has the shadow cut out in white, and then the hello layered on top. But the next slide, I love this technique. This has the shadow die was used to cut a hole in the panel of the front of that card. And then the hello was nested inside that panel. So that is a really fun way to use these dies that come with shadows, because you don't always just have to cut them out and layer them together. You can cut a hole in your panel. And if I pull that slide up again, you can see that texture die is used in the background of this as well. So that's just the texture die by itself, which is so fun. I think I want that. My wish list grows when I do my own lives. It's crazy. But I love that hello word. I think you can use that again with anything. You're seeing it with the fish and all the fun things, but just take all that away. And anytime you need a large hello word, you can use this, and it doesn't have anything to do with fish. So it's a really nice one. Pardon me. And then what are we looking at? Oh, yes. So this is the last one of these. This is the Postage Collage Coral Reef Silhouettes. So you get the coral pieces, and then you get these fish. So you see the coral pieces on that postage piece. That is these pieces. And then the fish silhouettes are the ones that you see here. So again, to make a very nice, subtle ocean scene, you can use these silhouette ones, and they're really fun as well. Good accents for all kinds of stuff too. So that is that one. And then getting away from the fish theme, just some basics. We noticed how hard those are to find now. I had a heck of a time because some of the companies that made them quite regularly have discontinued them. And so we did get the Lawn Fawn ones in. But then I found this set as well. This is the Nesting Stitched Ovals die. So I'm going to actually open this because I want to show you what this looks like. So you get this panel, and you'll notice when you cut this, the cut line is in the middle here. So you're not only going to get a panel with an oval that's going to pop out, and when it pops out, it's going to pop out from this cut line forward. So you're going to get a nice large oval with stitching on it. But what is left behind is also going to give you stitching, which is what's shown here in this slide. So this is the frame with the center cut out, and then that piece will pop out with stitching on it. And then the stitching is left around the frame as well. So you can use this as a front piece for your cards. But then, let's pull this one out. Okay, let's take this off. Let's pull this one out. So this one is another smaller version of that, but you'll notice the cut line is in the middle. So what that means is whatever you cut this out of is going to have stitching on it, plus the piece that pops out will have an oval with stitching. So they're really cool. I like this. Lawn Fawn has a similar idea. They're called outside in dies, and they have all the shapes, but these are a similar idea, and I like that. And they're nesting, so they come in different sizes, and they go right down to the teeny tiny ones. And they come on a magnetic panel. They're really fun. And I find Waffle Flowers dies, their basics dies are very reasonably priced as far as in comparison to other sets. Amanda says she needs these. Well, Amanda, you better email the store because they might sell out right now, and I'm going to be putting in an order tonight, and I will order more. But aren't these fun? So those are nesting stitched ovals. And I mean, again, do I use ovals all the time when I craft? No. But when you want one, you want one. Like you'll see a card done and go, oh, I really want to create that. And then you go looking and you're like, well, I don't even have ovals. So if you need ovals added to your stash, this is a really good set. So that is that. And then I've just got one more slide to show here. So this is a piece that popped out that has the stitching on it. So you get the stitching left behind, and then you also get the stitching on the piece that pops out, which is super cool. And it's nice having that option for sure. And then I don't have a slide for this one, but this is the nesting piercing ovals. So rather than having stitching, and these just cut oval panels. So there's no stitching on both pieces, but this has a really nice pierced design on it. And if you're using really good quality cardstock, like the 80-pound or 100-pound cardstock, when you run this through your die cut machine and it comes out, it looks almost quilted, like it's really pushed into the paper, and it just looks spectacular. So I was crafting with Shelby and Carrie last week, and Shelby was using the Spellbinders paper for the first time. And she said, wow, this is nice cardstock. She said, like, my die cuts look so much nicer. And not that, you know, all the other brands of cardstock that we carry aren't just as nice. But I think, you know, when you're not used to using that style of cardstock and then you use it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer here. So definitely check those things out. So that's the piercing one. And then what am I showing you here? Oh, yes, this line. So this is the Wavy Lines stencil. So if you watched my waffle flower recorded video from the weekend, I put a video up on our YouTube channel on Saturday. And I was showing some inspiration from waffle flower, and I demoed this line stencil. I used the A2 size with the postage collage. This is the A6. So we had customers requesting the A6 version of this. So we have the A6 now. So if you have that A6 postage collage, these will fit in there. And this is a really cool stencil because you can do a whole background. So you can see all the different lines that it creates. It works beautifully for silhouette stamps and things like that. You can cut apart all those postage pieces. You can change up your colors. You can do all kinds of things with it. But what I really like about it is that you can also just do one part of the stencil to create waves, sand, grass, that kind of thing, which is really cool. I think it looks really good. Oh yeah, and good point. Amanda just said that she posted some samples on our Facebook page today from her samples that she did with the mom and the dad release, because the wavy lines were released at the same time and a lot of the samples had that in it. So you can see some of those there. And you can also go back and revisit that video that I put up on our YouTube channel on Saturday, because it's towards the end, but it's a good little demo. And then it's also nice if you want to create your own scenes and add, you know, critters or whatever you have in your stash. It's a nice way to create a background. So here they've used a portion, like, because this is a layering stencil. So you just use one of them and you can create your grass, but it's all masked off nicely in your postage collage sections, which is really cool. So don't overlook these wavy dies. They're really a great little tool, especially if you have the postage collage base dies already. So I really love that. So that's the end of the waffle flower slideshow. I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to pop this up. And here we are talking about the calendar again. So like I mentioned right at the beginning of the video, this is our calendar bundle. Everything in the bundle is in here. There's rub-ons. You get this really cool film strip option this time. I'm introducing this to you. We will be ordering these rolls so that you can purchase them on your own for your own use. But you get to try it out in the bundle. There's a color photo. There's a video that supports it on YouTube. And I just put up here, I want to remind everybody that we didn't do our normal live video for the calendar this time. I keep calling it calendar, for our moments and memories this time. I was away on the weekend, so I pre-recorded the video and we released the video on Friday morning. So it's up on our YouTube channel. It did not go on our Facebook page this time because it was pre-recorded. And I walk you through the same way I do it live, only you just can't interact with me directly. But you can email me any questions that you have. But I go through all the bundle pieces, the add-ons, the techniques, and we look at the page in more depth. So make sure you check that out. Most of our kits bundles have already sold. We have enough left for the stragglers now. But because it was a long weekend, I know people get busy, and I don't want those stragglers to miss out. So definitely grab that bundle if you are looking to get that. Now, here's just a few close-up shots of some of the elements on our pages. And if you want to look at it in more detail, you can go and check out the video. But it is a super fun page. And there's that awesome film strip. And I talk about my photos and printing them in black and white and so on. So definitely go check that out. Now, what's Julie saying? This is a good idea, yet may have overlooked it. Yes, definitely. Again, those wavy line stencils, there's a lot of uses for them. So they're a really good basic to have. So yeah, so that is the bundle. Now, the other thing I wanted to remind you of, and you guys are doing just fine on your own, but we introduced the palette playbook cards in our video last week. And as I explained, this is a product that is only sold through Tailored Expressions directly. Stores like us can't carry it. We don't get a discounted rate for ordering from them like we do a lot of the other products that we do. So we pay full retail price for these cards, and we have decided to carry them in our store because we believe so strongly in this system. So I introduced it in our video last week when I was doing the What's New video, and you guys have jumped right in. I have a few full sets coming. So if you want all of them, you can do it in one click. Those won't be here. I don't think they arrived in time for this shipment. They might have. We have a shipment coming across the border today. So I'm not sure if they arrived for this one or not. But anyways, in the next couple of weeks, we will have full sets. But I also placed an order last night, and I reordered any of the individual ones we were sold out of. And believe it or not, we are selling out of them already. It's pretty crazy. So this is fun. I used it in my video on the weekend when I did the waffle flower thing with the line stencil, and I chose a color combination. I actually think it was this one. It was. So I chose this color combination, and I used Cookie Monster, oat milk, and latte. I only used 3 of them. And wow, it turned out so good. So, and I just randomly picked one from my pile because I just wanted to show people how easy they are to use. But I'll be using these a lot in my videos when I do creating and I'm picking out colors. So they are a Tailored Expressions product. Obviously, they're talking about their colors. But if you have other ink brands, all you have to do is just kind of match up colors that are close to this, and you can use this too. So on the front of it, they show Taylor's favorite color combination using the dried fig ink. They show where it goes in their color assortment. But on the other side of this, there are 5 more color combinations using dried fig with other colors. And there's 5 colors in each one of those combinations. I'm not going to flip them over. We're keeping that side a secret. They're not posted anywhere. So we're not going to be showing them, but it is pretty fun. Like there's a lot of color inspiration. And the nice thing is they also have matching cardstock in all of these colors too. So it'll help you combine your cardstock colors together as well. And it is a really nice jumping off point for creation. So definitely check them out. What are we saying here? I just got my order today and have 2 of the palette playbooks. Well, Tanya, I'm glad to hear that you love them as much as we do, because we were really excited when we saw this. And they're going to start, well, they already have started. They haven't made them available for sale yet. They did them as part of a freebie. But they did one when they did their sympathy release where they came up with a color ray for sympathy colors. And then on the back, they gave more ideas because sometimes it's hard. Like I'm sure they'll come up with them with summer, and they'll come up with them for Valentine's Day and Christmas and all those fun things. So they're going to do them for themes too. And I'm sure they will eventually become for sale, and then we will stock those as well. But they're really fun. Okay. Yes, Angie says she's just coming in now, and she says, based on the comments, I'm definitely going to be watching from the start. Yeah, you don't want to miss any of this fun stuff. So that just a quick reminder about Palette Playbook. And again, they have them for all of their ink colors. So the main color will be at the top, and then they give you that shade sequence, and then Taylor's favorite combo. And then there's 5 more combos on the back, which is really fun. And then this is the binder I was telling you about. My slideshow wouldn't load when I was doing my live. This is the medium binder from Taylored Expressions and the inserts. And these cards fit perfectly in that medium binder. So it's a great way to, fill up a couple binders. You can flip through the pages, and that will allow you to see the front and the back of your cards when you want to. You can put them in rainbow order, and they're right there at your fingertips. Plus, it's nice if you want to take them, like if you're going crafting somewhere and you really use this as a resource, it's easy to transport as well. So keep in mind that medium binder is a good option. Okay, are we done yet? Oh, nope, we're not done yet. Okay, we're done with that. All right, so we, believe it or not, we have had this star stencil, or was it the other way around? We had one of the pieces sitting in our basket for a while because we couldn't get the second half. So we finally got the second half, and now we have it as a bundle. This is the Lisa Horton Bold Stars and 3D embossing folder and stencil. So it's a 5x7 embossing folder and a matching stencil. So you can use them separately, but then you can also use them together. And it creates this beautiful 3-dimensional star background. Even if you're only using the stencil, it does give you that illusion of dimension because of the way the shading goes on it. And then you add that embossing folder in, and it just pops up all that color off your page. So here's a card sample done in a very subtle ink pattern. So some light grays on white. So not everything has to be bright and in your face. You can use these in a much more muted way. And again, pull out some of these palette playbooks. Let's just see. I want to see if I can find some of the neutrals because there's some really nice ones. Like here is, no, that's Earl Grey. Okay, let's just see here. I've come across a few. Mine aren't in order yet. But I want to see if I can find an example. Of course, I can't. Hang on. Oh, here's just an idea. Look at this one. So again, I'm looking for something kind of in grays, right? Oysters are really nice, light color, but look at how you could introduce, lightly even, you could go with the gray and the tiki mule together to give it a little bit of a blue hue, but this doesn't have to be dark. You can blend it very lightly with the gray and it would look nice. I think all of these colors look really nicely together. So you can just kind of pick something right off of this palette and go with that. Or you can even go up here and say, okay, well, if I had oyster, like what would the next darkest gray be? Or what would the darkest gray after that be? Or if I want something a little bit lighter, like what would I go that direction? And this gives you that gradation in your color that is really fun to work with as well. So they're just a great resource. And even things like this are fun to use those cards and have you choose colors that will go well together. So that's one version of the star embossing folder and stencil. And here's another version. And you can see how just by switching up your colors, you can get a totally different feel on how this works. So we do have a few of those available. And I think that is it for my slides. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I found these. Okay, so we just got a new color release for these palette collections from Tim Holtz. So he's been releasing 3 colors at a time. I think there will be 12 colors in total. And some of them we've already sold out of, but these are the latest 3 colors. So indigo, teal, and blue. Those are the 3 newest colors. Now we do have the red. We have the orange. We have the green. We have the yellow. I think we have the brown one too, the neutral one. But these are all very similar in patterns, but they have a different color sequence in them. And these are 8x8s, and I preach all the time, whether you are doing layouts, whether you're doing cards, whether you're doing journals, don't overlook these smaller paper packs, even for scrapbooking, because oftentimes you only need pieces of paper, not necessarily full sheets of paper. Now, don't, again, get me wrong, the full-size collection packs are wonderful, but these are also wonderful to work with. Now, I'm just going to flip one open here, and I'll just show you kind of what's inside, because I remember showing them when they first came out. And the cool thing is the patterns are repeated, but they put different patterns. And I'm going to see if I can find the other one that looks like this. Different patterns on the other side. Of course, I can't find it. Let me just look here. No, I don't have that one. Okay, well, I saw 2 postage stamp ones. So here we go. Okay, so here's the 2 postage stamps. So here is 2 pieces of postage stamp paper. But if I flip them over, they have different patterns on each side, which is kind of a cool concept, because sometimes you like the pattern that's on the front of a paper, but you don't want to use it up. And if you only have one of them and you flip it over, you're like, oh, I don't know, I can't choose. So it's nice that they have different patterns on each of the sides. So, and they don't have, like, the same pattern isn't repeated through the whole thing. But it's really fun. So they have lots, but see how the tone is all the same? I love the ticket paper. Butterflies. So yeah, but you can use bits and pieces, and that's what this card sample is. This paper has been used in the background. I think this is the orange pack. Just pieces of it, and used with a stencil and then a beautiful floral over the top. So it's really fun to play around with. And here's just another idea of how you could use up patterns in a similar color family together to create a card or a background on a layout. You could make that pattern on the background of a layout, and that could be your backdrop. So there's lots and lots of options. And those all come in different color families. So you can look through them and see if anything appeals to you. But yeah, they're releasing them 3 colors at a time. And I thought there was going to be 12 colors in total. So he's most of the way through this, but it's kind of fun. So I did just get the 3 newest ones in the blues. Now, what you're looking at there are the new solar pastes from Tim Holtz. I'm just digging them out here. And what I did, because you might not know what solar paste is. So this is a nice creamy paste that you can drag through stencils, or, you can do like watercolor techniques with it. There's tons of stuff you can do with it. But let's get the one I showed here. This one here. Pity Party. So this is what it looks like. And you'll notice that the paste looks white. So you can put this on white paper, which is in the background there. And it does look white, but it will have a little bit of this purple hue to it when you move it around and the light catches it. So it's kind of like a shimmer that shows up, and it's got that purple in it. But if you put the same paste on dark paper, which he shows here, you get more of a purple look with a white shimmer to it when you move it in the light. It's kind of bizarre how it works, but it's really cool. So the color that you see on the label is going to be kind of the color it looks like when you drag it over the dark paper, or it will be the color that shows up when you put it on white paper. The paste will be white, but you'll get a little bit of this color kind of coming through. So we've got Pity Party. We've got Trust Fund. I love all the names. So this one will have a little bit of a green. We've got Deep End. We've got Twin Flame, and we've got Sublime. But then I'm going to show you a slide for this one. What? This is Neptune. So see how vibrant that color is? That's this paste on dark paper. And then you can take the same paste and put it on light paper, and you can see there that it has a little tiny bit of this blue showing. But as you move that paper around, you will kind of see it shimmering in the background. So solar paste is very fun. So these are the 6 newest colors, and we have those. And then we also brought in the little mini misters. We've had these before, but they're little mister bottles. You can fill this up with water or alcohol, and then you can mist it out. But it comes out like a really fine mist. So if you're looking for a little spray bottle, we did bring these in again. So we have those. And I think that might be the end of our slideshow. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And now you get just me. Okay, now we're going to dive into our paper collections because I've got lots to share here. Oof. So this is a restock. It is Graduation. So this is from Echo Park. It's just called Graduation. So there are all of these papers in here, just in time for the grad season. And then there is a 12 by 12 sticker sheet available in this collection as well. And that is what that looks like. So if you're looking for something graduation, very neutral colors. So it'll go with any school colors or anything that you have in your photos. This will all blend nicely with that. So that is available while supplies last. And then we have all of the new all-in-one kits from 49 and Market. So this is something they're doing that's new with this release. These ones are a little more themed than they usually get with their regular releases, which I thought was a really great idea. But everything that you get comes right in this package. So you can't buy these papers individually, and you can't buy the embellishments individually. It only comes in the collection. So I've opened these up so that I can show you the papers and the things that you get inside, because looking at it through plastic is one thing, but seeing it in person is totally different. So I'm going to kind of go through them pretty quickly because there's quite a few to go through and I don't want to take too much time, but it's going to give you a really good look at what kind of comes in here. And you get 2 of each of the pattern papers. There's usually a bonus paper right on the inside cover, so they don't even waste the cover. Okay, so this paper is only 1 sheet and it's on the inside cover. And then you get 2 of these. So here is your front and back. And there are no barcodes on these. They're just the papers. So they're already 12 by 12. You don't have to do anything with them. So here are the beautiful papers that come in this collection. So this one's called Center Stage. I think that's what I said, wasn't it? Yes. It does have a bit of a dance theme to it when you see some of the die cuts, but the papers are pretty generic. So again, you can use it for lots of different things. The colors are very nice and muted. But here you can see that the dance thing comes in. But again, if you're cutting up papers and things, you can just eliminate those things. If you're using it as a full background and you like the dance theme, then that's really cool that that's there. But as you can see, it's kind of all collaged and blocked together. So you can easily cut apart pieces of it and use it for lots of different things. This checkerboard stuff is really popular this year. We Race and checkered flags. I mean, there was years where you could go and find nothing. And now there's just, it's everywhere. So isn't that beautiful? Nothing dance themed on here. It just, is beautiful. Again, another really pretty floral with the music at the bottom. And this one could go this way, or you could turn it and go this way, or you could put the flower at the bottom and go this way. So lots of options. And then you get into all of the fun die cuts and things. So what do we got here? These are like tags and layering pieces. So you got large tickets at the top. You've got a bunch of tags going down the side here. You've got circles and titles and all kinds of fun things. So that's one of the die cut sheets. Here's another one. Frames, tabs, circle embellishments, ripped notebook edges. Like these are all really cool. And you'll notice that the color goes right to the edge of your die cut. So you're not getting a white edge like you do the regular ephemera die cuts. These just pop right out and you don't get any of that. And this is the laser cuts. And this is the one where you get all the details. So again, yes, there are some dancers in here, but there's so much more. I love the music. Like, look at this notebook paper. It's got all of the notebook holes poached in here. It's got some word strips down the side. You've got this beautiful doily. Like, look at the detail in that. And of course, beautiful florals. And then this is the last die cut sheet. Again, more dancers, but lots of other things. So there are 6 die cuts in total on this whole thing that are really dance themed. I mean, this has the word dance, but you could cover that up even. Like there's total freedom with all of this. I love it. So that is the center stage. Now I'm just going to take a second here, pop this back into the package because I don't want to lose any of the pieces or get the papers mixed up with another collection. I just made sure I opened up the bottom of the package and folded the adhesive over so I don't lose anything here or make it stick to the edge. So there's one. Okay, that's center stage. Then we have, so these are still the all-in-one kits. This is called Little Dreamers Spice. So they have Little Dreamers Sugar and Little Dreamers Spice. So the spice one is more boy themed. Those boys can be kind of spicy. So here's your cover. And then on the back, you've got that usable piece of paper. And then here we have, oh my gosh, look at the cuteness there. So you can do the 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and so on. But look at those little critters. They're so cute. I'm going to come up close on the mouse just so you can see the detail. Isn't that adorable? But if you don't need that or want that, you can use the border strips, and then you have the other side of the paper. And you have 2 sheets. And then we have this one. And these are large tags. So you can see the tag top here. And then you've got cut aparts at the bottom. Really great for baby albums. Oh, look at that paper. So you've got the star in the middle and you've got this edge all the way around. And those can go side by side and you can create a double page spread. And then here is the other side of that. Again, they've already got some artwork done. And then there's a little bird at the top with more florals. And a floral here. And then let's see what's on the other side. Oh my gosh. Like the birds are just so cute. They're like baby cute, like fuzzy and plump. And here's another one. It's got the little artwork in the bottom and on the side. And then, oh, there's the bee. Really cute, right? And then this one has a lined paper with Hello Baby at the top. And then they've got artwork at the bottom. And then there's the other side. Very, very nicely done. And then we have our ephemera die cuts. Like, look at that little teddy bear in the window. So that'll pop out. That could go right on the front of a card. And then you've got tags. You've got, blocks. You've got what do you call that? Viewfinder pieces. Rainbows. You've got all kinds of little tags down here that say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and so on, but they're really tiny and thin. So there's one sheet of ephemera, and here is the second one. Oh my gosh. Frames up at the top here. You've got little postcards that act like files, great for layering and all kinds of fun stuff. Little baby notes so you can document things. And then the laser cuts. I'm afraid to flip this over. It's going to be so cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to kind of scan around just so you can see, but look at that rocking chair. So aren't they beautiful? They're just so nicely done. And like I said, everything that you need, all this stuff comes in one package. So that's one sheet of laser cuts. And then this is the second one. Oh, so you get all the little critters. Like they're just so beautiful. So that is called Little Dreamers Spice. So I'm not going to go through all the papers for Little Dreamers Sugar because I'm sure they're very similar. But I will pull out the die cuts just so you can kind of see. Unless people really want to see it. And if you do, just yell in the comments because I'll go through it if you want me to. Here's the sugar. So it's got more of a pink or coral look to it. So again, really beautiful. It'll be very similar, just in a different color scheme. But I'm going to skip to the back here. And then we can look at the ephemera. And then if you guys want to see anything specific, just yell in the comments. I don't mind. So there's nice titles and then the tags and all the fun things. So that's one. Here's number two. Again, you get the postcards and you get the frames and all those cool things. Everything is a very soft color palette, which is nice. And there you've got your laser die cuts. And all the fun little critters. They are very sweet. And look at this bookshelf. Like, I'm just going to hold that up so you can see. Look at the detail in those die cuts. It's crazy. No one does them like 49 and Market. So again, that is the Little Dreamers Sugar. And then we have another theme coming up here. Tuck this in here. There we go. So next up we have, this one is called Confetti Moments. So this one is a celebration one. So anytime you celebrate things, doesn't have to be birthday necessarily. But there is the reverse side of the cover sheet, just to give you an idea of what that color palette's going to look like. And here are your tone on tone. So here, this is just streamers. Well, those could be for a baby shower. It could be for a wedding shower. It could be for lots of different things. And this one is pink on the back with brown polka dot. And that is your front and back of that. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. And here you've got balloons and banners and a cake. But you could be celebrating a shower, wedding or baby. You could be celebrating a birthday. So you've got options. So beautiful. And this is all the same weight paper as all the 49 and Market collections. And I love the balloon paper on this one too. In the baby kit, different than the individual line and ephemera. It is it's an expansion on that, but it is different. It's not the same papers that were released previously for the Little Celebrations collections. It's all new, but it will coordinate with that. But this pack comes complete. Everything comes in one package, which, like I said before, it's something new that they're doing this release. And then here you can see things like Hooray for Today, Fun in Full Bloom. Today we celebrate, a great reason to have a party. So they're very generic. Got envelopes and tags, postage stamps here. So this is the die cut ephemera. So lots of options. And then here is your, what do you call these? Laser die cuts. See, and you have things like bridal shower, baby shower, thinking of you, toast to the couple, friends forever. And then this one, again, you've got donuts and cupcakes and cookies. Congratulations, family get-togethers, celebrate, happy birthday, happy anniversary, all those kinds of things. So anytime you celebrate, you can use this collection. So again, that one is called Confetti Moments, because there's quite a few of these to choose from. So I'm just going to flip this over and get this in here the right way. Sorry for taking the time to do this, but I just know with this much paper out, I don't want to get somebody's collection mixed up. So I just want to make sure we get it all in the right place. Okay, and then next up, this might be one of my favorites, and it's called Perfect Harmony. Again, I think a very generic theme. It has a masculine palette. So there's the reverse of the cover. And then you've got, all of these are paper strips within squares. So you can do a lot of really fun things with those. And that's the reverse. Isn't that fun? And if you don't want this music note on here, put a photo over it. It's gone. So it's so fun the way that they create these. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Like great for concerts or musicals or anything like that. Maybe it could just be, simply a happy birthday page and you've got, a music theme going on for the happy birthday song or whatever it is that you want to do. I just think the option for this is so fun. And the large record. There's going to be lots of people that don't even know what that is. And again, more music notes and instruments. So very generic theme, but it has that music aspect to it, which I really love. And this one just has a nice floral on it. So those are all the papers. So there's 6 papers in each collection and you get 2 of each. Plus you get that bonus sheet on the inside cover. And then here are your ephemera die cuts. Great for layering and adding accents. And here's the second page. And I'm dying to see the laser die cuts. Let's see what they got going on. Woohoo! Look at that. So you've got your piano, you've got your cassette tape, you've got music notes. Oh my gosh, so many great details. And then for page 2, oh, this is kind of fun too. You've got couples dancing. So you could use it for receptions and all kinds of fun stuff. I love that. So that again is called, I forget already, Perfect Harmony. Okay, and I'll just slip that in here. And we have one more. And it's going to be an exciting one. One more of the all-in-one kits, and then we have 2 new collections. So this one is called It's Your Day, and it is birthday themed. And you can never have enough birthday paper. And this is a fun one because birthdays come around several times throughout the year. So there's your cover page, and then this is the inside cover sheet. And then here we go. Look at that fun color scheme. So you've got that banners across the top and then a kind of a grid background. And then you've got a nice stripe. So it's kind of like the solids are on the back and then you've got your patterns on the front and you get 2 sheets of each. And there's that checkerboard pattern. Whoa, look at that balloon paper. Isn't that great? Love this. It's very different than a lot of the birthday collections that you see. They're kind of, I think a lot of the releases, they're for kids. But this can be used for grown-ups or kids. And depending on which papers you choose, male or female. So that's just a nice floral. So like if your grandmother was having a birthday, that would totally work. And just a nice, you see a lot of this design. Vicki Boutin does a lot of this in her collections. Ugh, come on. So that's all the papers. And then we have our die cut ephemera. Oops, let's turn it this way. So little moments, big memories. Party, play, laugh, repeat. You've got tags, frames, Polaroids. And here's page 2 of the die cuts. Pardon me. And then we have our laser die cuts. So traditional things like banners and birthday balloons, candles. But then you've got florals, stars, you've got ice cream cones, party hats. You've got some infant and young children type graphics, as well as things you can use for an older generation. And look at this, all the kids that you would have at the party. Like, it's just such a fun grouping of products. So that one again is called It's Your Day. And that is all of the all-in-one kits. So all of those things are available. Everything that you see is included inside the package. You get 6 sheets of pattern paper with 2 of each, and then the bonus sheet on the back cover. And then there's 2 sheets of ephemera die cuts and then 2 sheets of laser die cuts. And that goes with each collection. So all of those are available. And then they came out with 2 of their full collections. And I'm just going to pull the papers out first. So this one here is called Travel Diaries, and I love it. So I'm just going to pop this open really fast so you can see the papers inside. Hold over that adhesive part there so we don't get it to stick to everything. Oh, come on. So inside the package, you have your cover sheet. So when you flip that over, you've got a bonus sheet on the back. And then all of your pattern papers, you get 1 of each sheet. Okay, so very nicely collaged, the standard barcode on the bottom. And then when you flip it over, oh my gosh, look at all the tickets. So you can leave those in strips or you can cut them apart and use them as individual ones. I love embellishing with tickets. So that's a fun option for sure. And then here's one with the airplane on the bottom and the globe on the back. And then you've got kind of compass and the flight pattern. This looks like a nice journal page. The beautiful plaid. And there's your ticket strip on the border of your barcode, so you can use that. This one's called Adventure. I believe we already have more of these collection packs ordered. So we will get them in our next shipment. I believe this one is also one that can be put side by side to create a double page spread. So you've got some detail along the side here and then along the side here. So they can go side by side, but you can also use them individually as well. And these are cut aparts. And if you watch our Moments in Memories video from the April calendar, we use one of those, and I use it in kind of a creative way. So you can definitely see how they can be very appealing outside of traditional use for them to use for die cuts. So, and then they have a solids pack. So I'm not going to open this one up. You can see all of the patterns that you get inside here. And then there is a bonus sheet on the front, and that one's shown just at the bottom here. And then they do have what they call the Travel Diaries Collection Bundle. And in here, you get the 12 by 12 collection pack. There is a patch, this one right here, that comes inside here. The laser elements, the rub-ons, and the washi tape. So those are all in this. So if you really like this collection and you want kind of all the things, not all of them, but a lot of the things, you can get this, and it has everything in it. So that's kind of like a bonus bundle. And then this one is the die cut elements. So they're already all cut apart in here. And there are, does it tell me how many? 105 pieces. And there is just a look at all the kinds of things that come inside here. So lots and lots of options for sure. And then we have a 6x8 paper pad in this collection as well. So there are 9 double-sided papers, and you get 3 of each design, plus a bonus sheet on the reverse of the cover. So they like to use the reverse of the cover. And then they have rub-on transfers. So there are 3 different designs in the package. I love rub-ons. And then this is the laser cut elements. And so you can see all of the things. I'll just show you a scan down here. There's all different variations of travel in this. And then I'll flip it over and show you the back, because you can see the detail in those laser cuts. Like, look at that VW bus, the road trip sign, luggage, postage airplane. Look at that great title. So lots of really fun elements. And then this is a sheet of washi paper. So great for wrapping the spines of albums. You can also die cut things out of the washi tape and use it like a sticker. So lots of options there. And then there's also chipboard elements as well. So even if you have lots of travel paper, definitely check out the embellishments too. Often these things are generic enough that they can be used with other collections, which is kind of fun. So there's that one. And then the last collection, we're almost done, is, it's called, sorry, let me get this stuff off, Glimmer and Glee. And again, I will open up the collection pack so you can see those pattern papers. I love the color scheme of this. So there's your cover page. And then you flip it over and there is the bonus sheet right there. And here is, look at those cupcakes. Yum, yum. Love that paper. And there's the reverse side. And there is a usable barcode. Celebrate every little thing, a whole lot of happy, and a day as bright as the candles. And then this one has got the hot air balloons on the top. And there's the reverse side. So they've even mapped out kind of places to put your photos. And there's another barcode strip that you can use. And there is another background paper. Look at that plaid. Wow, like that. And this one has kites. My daughter just took my grandkids over to the school and they did kite flying. So she took photos. I mean, it's a great paper for that. And here we have one with the plaid on the side. Zigzag chevron. Now these papers would go very, very nicely side by side. So you can just kind of get that whole feel going across. And then this one has the stars on the back. And there's another really cool barcode strip that you can use. Ooh, this is all icing and sprinkles. And I love that stripe. And another piece with the plaid. So that is a really very awesome collection. And then there's the solids pack. I'm just going to pop this back in here so we don't lose it. And then there are, there's a 6x8 paper pad, and then there's the rub-ons and die cuts and things. So let's close that up. So here we have this 6x8 paper pad. So that has all the papers that we just saw in a smaller scale. Some of them are slightly different, but same scheme. And then we've got our ephemera and frames. So that whole thing is filled with ephemera, frames, and layering pieces, word strips. We've got the chipboard. Oh, those are all sentiments, which are really fun. Oh, Amanda goes, she goes, that's funny. They left Kevin and I and they went to the park. So they didn't even fly the kites. So you guys were just there flying kites by yourself. So these are this is something new. This is cello stickers. So they're like see-through stickers. Isn't that fun? So you get these large panel here, and then look at all, you get all these stickers at the bottom, and then the strips on the other side. So that's kind of a fun one. And then this is the laser cut elements. So again, you get all kinds of fun things in here in those beautiful laser die cuts. And then the rub-on transfers. And I'll just show you the back because it shows all three pieces right there. So what do you guys think of all these paper collections? Aren't they gorgeous? I love them all. So that's all from 49 & Market. Lots to choose from, for sure. And then there's 2 full collections. So there was, I think, 6 of 2 of the full collections, plus all the fun stuff I showed you at the beginning of the video with the waffle flower and all those great things. Okay, well, that is it for me. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed all of the new products. I will be back tomorrow I'm not sure what time yet. I will post. I might send out an email tonight to let everybody know. We did a promotional bundle for National Scrapbook Day, and a lot of you got that. So I'm going to be revealing my inspiration tomorrow, and I'll go through my layout design and everything. And so I'll be back with that tomorrow. And tomorrow's Friday already. How did that even happen? It's a short week and it's going fast. So I will be back tomorrow. So check your email and your socials to find out what time, and I hope to see you there.